This is Radhika. I am going to give a video lecture on AC machines. In these machines, today we are going to discuss about constructional details of transformers. So, in last class, we discussed about the working principle of transformer, features of transformer, classification of transformer. So, actually, what is the working principle? The transformer is converts one voltage to another voltage, means that will be step up transformer or step down transformer. That time the frequency is same. So, and also we discussed about the classification of transformers. The classification has uh, many types. There are almost 6 types. So based on number of phases, based on construction, based on function, uh, and based on cooling, and based on core material and the special purpose material. So today mainly we are going to discuss about construction of the transformer. So here in this, each and every transformer, two parts are main important. Basic parts are magnetic core and windings or coils. Mainly the basic parts are magnetic core and windings are coils. So we can discuss one by one. So in this diagram, it has the core and windings. So the core are the laminating steel stampings. It has almost 0.3 mm thickness, and the windings are copper windings. It will be rounds the magnetic core. So in this, mainly the core is the purpose of the core is to provide a path of low reluctance for the magnetic flux. It is made with silicon steel laminations. The purpose of lamination, the core is to reduce eddy current loss. These laminations are made with silicon steel to reduce hysteresis loss. Because silicon steel has low hysteresis coefficient, the laminations are insulating from each other by means of varnish or impregnated paper or enamel. In each and every transformer, the laminations are uh, coated with varnish, or they are used in impregnated paper, or they use enamel coating because of insulation purpose. The thickness of each lamination varies from 0.35 mm for 50 Hz frequency, and also 0.5 mm for 25 frequency. So here it depends on frequency, the lamination thickness will be depends. The core laminations are joined in such a manner that the butt joint in adjacent layers are staggered. So here in this, when we are setting the laminations, the butt joint will be used for the construction of the core. The staggering of the butt joints avoid air gap. So using of the butt joint, there is no air gap between stamping to stamping, and therefore the reluctance of the magnetic circuit decreases and mechanical strength of the core increases. So when we are using butt joint, the reluctance of the magnetic circuit will be decreases. So when the reluctance is decreased, that time the flux will be flow maximum, and also the mechanical strength of the core also increases. So the the core is divided into two parts, namely yoke and limbs. Yoke and limbs are legs. The vertical portion of the core on which winding is wound is known as limb or leg. The top and bottom horizontal portions are called yoke of the core. Yoke and limb together provides a closed path for magnetic circuit. So in this diagram, top and bottom of the core is called yoke, and the the surrounded windings are called, that is, limb or legs. So using of limbs and yoke, the magnetic circuit will be closed path. So the laminations are cut in the form of long strips of different shapes like L, E, I, U, C. So here the laminations are cut in the form of long strips of different shapes like L shape, E shape, I shape, U shape, C shape, etc. For small transformers, L sections are used. Just you can observe here. Here are the different shapes of the laminations. Using of these laminations, the core will be set up done. So in for small transformers, L sections are used. Generally, rectangular strips of laminations of suitable width and thickness are placed together to form the core of suitable cross section. So here mainly generally regular strips of laminations of suitable width and thickness are placed. So depends on transformer thickness and weight, they can select these different types of shapes. The cross section of the core of the small transformer is rectangular, but large size transformer cores are approximately circular in section. Since circular section will have the smaller perimeter for a given area and therefore require less copper in coil, the core the, co- the cores of the transformer limbs are clamped between iron frames with bolts and nuts. But the large size transformer cores are approximately circular in section, since circular section will have the smaller perimeter for a given area and therefore requires less copper in coil. The cores of the transformer limbs are clamped between iron frames with bolts and nuts. And also in small size transformers, the simple rectangular core can be used with either circular or rectangular coils. As the size of the transformer increases, it becomes wasteful to employ rectangular coils. Hence, circular coils are usually preferred. For this purpose, square cores may be used. Obviously, a considerable amount of useful space is wasted. Hence, a common improvement on square core is to employ cruciform core, so which demands at least two size of core strips. For every large transformers, further core stepping may be introduced. Core stepping not only gives high space factor but also it results in reduced strength, reduces length of the mean turn and consequent I square R loss. I square R loss means copper losses. So in this is the cruciform type transformer. So using of this type of laminations, we can uh, we can adjust in particular transformer without waste of the space. So in this the core material and its construction should be such that it has the maximum flux is created with minimum magnetizing current with minimum core loss. Core consists of two parts, limbs or legs and yoke. The limbs or legs are the vertical portion on which windings or coils are wound are called limbs or legs. The top and bottom horizontal portion are called as yokes of the core. Yokes connect the limbs and serve for closing the magnetic circuit. In two-limbed core, the cross-section area of the limbs and the yokes are identical. In three-limbed core, the windings are placed around the central limb, also known as main limb. In all types of transformers, the core is made of steel having silicon content. High silicon content reduces the hysteresis loss. Core is laminated to reduce the eddy current loss. To reduce the losses, further cold roll grain oriented silicon steel laminations are used. Cold rolled grain oriented silicon steel laminations are used. Laminations are insulated from each other by light coat of varnish or by an oxide layer. The laminations are cut in the form of E, I, O, R, L and L are 7. To avoid high reluctance at the joints, the laminations are butted against each other and alternate layers are inverted. The transformer's construction windings are coils. The transformers has high voltage and low voltage coils for each phase. The coils may be either cylindrical, concentric or sandwich type. Concentric coils. Concentric coils are used in core type transformers. The two windings are wound on two different limbs. For this type leakage flux, for this type leakage flux will be more. The windings are made with copper conductors and are placed on the cores. The winding which is connected to supply is known as primary, and the winding which is connected to load is known as secondary winding. The winding which is connected to low voltage is known as low voltage winding, and the winding which is connected to high voltage, means HV, that is known as high voltage winding. According to the construction and arrangement, the windings are mainly classified into two types: cylindrical type and sandwich type. To reduce the leakage flux, the two windings are wound on the same limb and on the both limbs. The positioning of the HV and LV, high voltage and low voltage windings, have respect to the core is very important for insulation requirement. The low voltage winding is placed near the core because it is easier to insulate from the core. The high voltage windings are placed after it. So here in this it has the two types: cylindrical type and sandwich type. So this is the cylindrical type. In cylindrical type winding, the winding is layered type, and it made up of turns helically wound round with the turns close to each other. Hence, the height of the winding is equal to the height of the limb. Since the low voltage winding is easier to insulate, it is first wound near and over the core, and then high voltage winding is wound over the low voltage winding. For improving the for improving the cooling of the winding layers, cooling ducts are providing between the two windings. This type of winding is almost commonly used in core type transformers. The cylindrical windings is layered type and is made up of turns helically wound around with the turns close to each other. Hence, the height of the winding is equal to the height of the limb. Since the the low voltage winding is easier to insulate, it is first wound near and over the core, and then high voltage winding is wound over the LV, low voltage winding. For improving the cooling of the winding layers, cooling ducts are provided between two windings. This type of winding is mostly commonly used in core type transformers. Next we go for sandwich winding. In this, sandwiched coil are commonly used for shell type transformers. So leakage reactance of the winding can be easily controlled. Leakage flux can be further reduced by subdividing the HV and LV coils. Sandwich winding. In sandwich winding type, the winding, the LV and HV windings are placed one over the other alternatively. This arrangement reduces the leakage reactance. The two low voltage coils at the ends have the turns of the normal low voltage coil. This type of winding is most commonly used in shell type transformers. As compared to concentric winding, they have several drawbacks, such as more labor consuming in manufacturing, less stable in respect of short circuit, and more difficult to insulate from each other and from the yoke. Less stable in respect of short circuits and more difficult to insulate from each other and from the yoke. High voltage coil lie between the two low voltage coils. The two low voltage coils are the ends have half the turns of the low voltage coils, and these coils are called half coils. These are the cylindrical type and sandwich type windings. Next we go for classification of transformers. So in transformers, based on construction, the transformers are three types. So first one is core type, second is shell type, third one is bridge type. Just observe in the diagram. In this it has the three types of diagrams. So first image is the core type, second image is the shell type, and the third image is the berry type. We go for detailedly. So first we will discuss about the core type transformers. Core type transformers. In core type transformer, the core is surrounded by the winding is known as core type transformer. It has two limbs. In this type, the magnetic flux has only one magnetic path. There may be some flux that leaks through the core legs and non-magnetic material surrounding the core. The flux is called as leakage flux that may links with one winding and not with the others. It is necessary to minimize the leakage of flux to improve the performance of transformer. Windings are wound around the two limbs. It has only one magnetic path. Flux is same on both the limbs. Windings surround considerable part of the core. In core type transformer, leakage flux can be minimized by placing half of the both low voltage LV and HV windings. Both LV and HV windings over one leg or limb, and other half of the LV and HV windings over the second leg. First, low voltage LV winding is placed over the core and high voltage winding is wound over LV winding in order to minimize the amount of insulation required. The two windings are insulated from each other and core by paper, cloth or cooling ducts. Core type construction is used for high voltage, high power transformers. Primary and secondary windings are split in two parts. Half the primary and half the secondary windings are placed side by side concentrically. Coils are of cylindrical type and wound in helical layers. Different layers are insulated from each other by paper, cloth or mica. So in core type of transformer, leakage flux can be minimized by placing half of both the low voltage and high voltage windings over one leg or limb and other half of LV and HV windings over the second leg. First, low voltage winding is placed over the core and high voltage winding is wound over LV winding in order to minimize the amount of insulating required. The two windings are insulated from each other and core by the two windings are insulated from each other and core by paper, cloth or cooling ducts. Core type construction is used for high voltage, high power transformers. For low and medium voltage distribution and power transformers, the rectangular shaped core is used. Rectangular shaped coils are used for rectangular cores. In core type transformers, for high voltage distribution and power transformers, square and stepped cores are used. Circular coils are used because of their superior mechanical characteristics. And also, for every large transformers, the core is stepping. For large transformers, the core is stepping. Core stepping gives high space factor. It reduces the mean length of the turns and hence the copper losses. It reduces the reluctance. When the reluctance is low, that time the maximum flux will flow. Next we go for shell type transformer. In shell type transformers, the winding is surrounded by the core. It has three limbs, so two side limbs and one central limb. The width of central limb is twice that of the side limbs. In this type, the magnetic flux has two magnetic paths. The total flux passes through the central limb and half the flux is passing through the side limbs. The windings are wound on the central limbs of the three-limbed core. It has double magnetic circuit. Central limb carries the main flux. The LV and HV windings are placed on the central limb. Hence, the winding is surrounding by the core. Shell type construction is used for low voltage, low power transformers for a given output and voltage rating. Shell type transformer requires more iron but less conductor material as compared to core type transformers. This construction is commonly used for small rating transformers. The two side limbs carries half of the total flux. Core surrounds a considerable portion of the windings. Low voltage winding is wound near the core. Coils are formed wound multiplier disc type in the form of pancakes. Shell type transformers are robust, used for very high voltage. Next we go for Berry type transformers. So in this, the distributed paths of the magnetic field are used. One limb of all the cores passes through the center of the windings. The width of the core inside the coil is less than the width of the limb outside the winding. These are used to obtain the variable voltage. In this Berry type transformers, the core consists of distributed magnetic circuit. Number of independent magnetic circuits are more than 2. Magnetic cores are in the shape of rectangular frames. One limb of all the frames passes through the center of the core. Other limbs are kept around the coils. This arrangement will give many parallel paths as the number of frames. Applications of this type of transformers is limited due to manufacturing difficulties. So already we discussed the classification of based on construction, core type, shell type and berry type. Now we are going to discuss comparison between core type and shell type. So in this comparison between core type and shell type, just observe the diagrams. So above diagram is the core type, below image is the shell type. So in core type, windings are placed on two limbs. The windings are placed in two limbs. But in shell type, the windings are placed on central limb only. In cell type, only the windings are in central limb only. That is the difference between core type and shell type. Next, windings surrounds a considerable portion of the core. Winding surrounds a considerable portion of the core. Core surrounds considerable portion of the winding. This is the difference. Flux remains the same throughout the core. In core type, the flux is same throughout the core. In shell type, flux in the side limbs is half of the flux in the central limb. In shell type, flux in the side limbs is half of the flux in the central limb. For example, in central limb the flux is pi. In side limbs the flux is pi by 2. So another difference is, in core type construction is difficult. Shell type construction is easy. Another difference, in core type rate of heat dissipated is low. In shell type rate of heat dissipation is high. In core type the heat is produced low. In shell type the heat is dissipated is high, means high heat is produced. So another comparison, it has the single magnetic circuit, it is the double magnetic circuit. In core type it is the single magnetic circuit. In shell type it is the double magnetic circuit. So this image is for classification, means it is the difference between core type and shell type. So here is the core type and this is the shell type. Already we discussed a few differences, but it has the another few differences. Let's discuss. So in this differences, in core type, in this core type is surrounded by the winding. In shell type the winding is surrounded by the core. In core type cylindrical type winding is used. In shell type sandwich type winding is used. In core type the core has two limbs or legs and the two legs are equal in size. In shell type the core has three limbs or legs and the size of central leg is twice the outer legs. Next one, in core type the magnetic flux has only the magnetic path. In shell type magnetic flux has two magnetic paths. In core type used for high voltage, high power levels. In shell type used for low voltage, low power levels. In core type, average length of core is more. Average length of core is more. Average length of core is less. In core type, cross section of core is less, hence more turns are required. Cross section of the core is less, hence more turns are required. In shell type, cross section of core is more, so less turns are required. In core type, the half of LV and HV windings are wound on both limbs. In shell type, the LV and HV windings are wound on central limb. In core type, the shape of core laminations are a rectangular L shape. In shell type, the shape of core laminations are E type. So last one, in core type, because most of the portion of winding is visible, hence it is easy to insulate the repair. In shell type, most of the winding is enclosed by the core, hence difficult to insulate and repair. So this is the difference between core type and shell type. So, today we discussed topics are classification of transformers, core type, shell type and barrel type. So in this, and also we discussed about core and also windings. So here we have few quiz questions. So first one is, the core is divided into two types, yoke and limbs. Yoke and limb is the correct answer, C. Limb and winding, yoke and winding is wrong. So the core is divided into two types, that is yoke and limb. Vertical core is called limbs and horizontal core is called yoke. So answer is C, yoke and limbs. Second is, core is laminated to reduce dash losses. The core is laminated to reduce the eddy current losses. Eddy current losses. Answer is B. Next, transformer core is made of dash material. Silicon steel material. Answer is A. Fourth question. Concentric coils are used in core type of transformer. Concentric coils are used in core type of transformer. It is true. Next one. Sandwiched coils are used in shell type transformer. It is also true. Core type transformer has dash magnetic circuit. In core type, it is the single magnetic circuit, only single, because it has the windings are two windings. So the magnetic circuit, the core type in core type, the magnetic circuit is only single. In shell type transformer, the in shell type transformer has the double magnetic circuit, because in shell type the windings will be surrounded in central lane. That's why it makes double magnetic circuit. For very high voltage applications, shell type, true or false? This is true. For very high voltage applications, shell type of transformer is used. It is true. So in this, here these are the few questions previously asked. Explain the construction details of transformer and explain the classification of transformers based on construction code and distinguish between core and shell type of transformer. So these are the three important topics and also these questions are important for examination also. These are the frequently asked questions. So this is the today's class. In next class we will discuss about EMF equation and related problems. Okay, thank you.